All right, time for a little Ecoboost update. As we go along this little journey, if you guys have been following this at all, if you remember, I had smoking issues after putting on the Precision Turbo. Kind of chased it around with catch cans, this, that, and the other, and thought I was doing some good. And then it really started smoking. So I traced it back to the turbo itself. Got with Precision Turbo. Evidently there was a run of these that had an issue, or the first design maybe had a 3-piece bearing. The way it was explained to me, the new design has some changes, improvements in a 1-piece bearing. I didn't really check out what all that entailed, but they took the old turbo back, no problem, warranted, and sent me a brand new one. So kudos to Precision Turbo. Installed it, no smoke. So been driving a little bit to make sure. I think all problems are solved. It started to degrade. They took the old turbo apart and attributed it to bearing failure. So in the end, it was really sucking some oil. The turbo had about 10,000 miles on it, maybe less. So got that changed out. I went from an air raid to this custom performance air intake, which I really like. The air raid was all plastic, and the only reason I changed it is it actually cracked, and I'm not blaming air raid. I had put the air tube in without the box because the boxes were back ordered, and then I bought the box itself, and I kind of wrestled that air tube to get into the box. I think that's what wound up cracking it. It had a crack down close to the turbo on the bottom side. It opened up probably about 1/4 of an inch. So there again, it's plastic, and I probably manhandled it a little too much. But this is fabricated aluminum, beautiful piece, beautiful fabrication. It's actually bigger. So the coupling here, so the flexible coupling on the air raid went straight. I think it was 3 1/4 to 3 1/4. The new custom performance is 3 1/2 to 3 1/4. So I had to fabricate a new piece here. No one made this prefabricated like some of the suppliers with a nipple fabricated in, but you can buy that reducer, and you can buy this type of a fitting, which comes up from the inside. It bolts down and pulls it into it. It looks pretty solid. So now we've got all the recommended can installations. We've got a really nice air intake system, exhaust, down tubes, all the good stuff. The only thing left to do to this, to take it to the next level, is to change the low pressure, or I'm sorry, the high pressure stock fuel pump, because that was our only limitation at this point. The tuner said we're running out of fuel. It was really ramping up and running out of fuel at about 6,200 RPM. So we've got it set at 6,000 RPM. So it's nowhere near its full potential, but still pulls really nice. The other thing I did, some of the other YouTube channels, they recommend changing this low pressure switch. The original one evidently was faulty. So I never had a problem with it, or don't think I did. Just in case, you may want to do the same thing. You spend all this kind of money, and you'd hate for a $30, $40 item to ruin your engine bill. So that's the latest little cosmetic change. The prior grill was, the lower grill was kind of busted up from hitting curbs, etc., probably from its rental car days. So I changed out the upper and lower grill, which I think looks really nice. So the car looks good. It looks basically stock, but it's a sleeper for a 4-cylinder. I mean, you can surprise some people. Gonna drive it a little bit, and may take it to the next level. Don't know. We'll see. Still getting 32, 34 miles to the gallon on the highway. It's a cool car. Anyway, if we do any more to it or have any more problems, I'll post another video just to save some other people some heartache. So learned a lot. It's a cool car, but you got to stick with it. You got to work through all the issues, and like any car build, you're going to have issues. So hopefully, shop cat, every time I get ready to install the engine in this unit, another vehicle has problems. So maybe over the holidays here, we'll get the engine and transmission in here. Got it detailed out, painted. Looks really sweet. I can't wait to drive this car with a 370 gear, 9-inch rear end, true lock, and the 5-speed. This should be a lot of fun to drive. I mean, before it was a low compression 289 with a slush box C4 and a one-legged 8-inch rear end. I think it had maybe a 3.0 gear. I don't remember, but 70 miles an hour. I mean, you were tacking out, you know, high RPM, I can't remember, maybe around 2,500. It's 75 or 70 miles an hour. So now it ought to be a lot more fun to drive, and more pleasant to drive out on the highway. I'll take it on some longer trips with that 5-speed. So hopefully the next video is this one with the engine in it. All right, y'all have a great Thanksgiving. Till later.